Hello, Sarah Hubert here again. So good to have you back on my channel. I've been giving you videos and emails and blogs about goal setting and affirmation for the last 2 months. But it came to my notice there's many people that's frustrated with their goals not materializing as promised, although they do every step on the manuals. I went into this because I had to find the mistake. So I'm going to give you the missing link in goal setting today. I'm using a different method for my video today, so here is the material.
Why does my goal not materialize? Seems to be a phrase that goes around in many people's minds. As I became aware of this, I looked into it because I thought there had to be a missing link. Hello, I'm Sarah Hubert. Lately I wrote this on my blog and I send out emails about goal setting and affirmations. However, it seems like many people are frustrated because their dreams just does not materialize. I took note of this and went into it, did my own little research, and guess what? I found the missing link. In order to explain it to you and show it to you, I will first quickly recap on goal setting. But as I've done it already, I'm just going to recap it, and you can find the complete goal setting worksheet on my blog. The link is below. When we set our goals, it's important to remember that we must involve all our senses while setting our goals. Write them down, and very important is to put an end date for completion of the goal or goals. If you don't do that, you might think you still have plenty of time, in fact eternity, to complete the task, and it will never be done. The next thing is you must read it at least once every day. Visualize it while you think of it, and involve your emotions. Without emotions, there simply will be no results. Step 2 in setting your goals or making them stick will be to make a little card the size of about a business card and write your goals down on them. Place it where you will see it several times a day, for instance in your purse. It's important to connect with it a few times a day, and when you do, you read it and visualize it. The more times a day, the better. A third step would be to rewrite your ideal life on a piece of paper on a daily basis. This may vary from time to time, but as you will see later, it's a good thing, and it will keep your goals up to date. As you accomplish some old ones, new ones will appear on the list. Next, we will also look at the need for repetition. The theory is that it will help the goal to stick through tough times, and you can be sure there will be some tough times. Don't give up. Okay, and then we will show you that it is impossible for goal setting to work if certain things is not in place, or when you are double-minded about a goal, even when it's unconsciously so. So let's get started.
In order to explain this to you, I need to just go through the basics of the thought process. We must realize that all matter or things consist out of atoms and energy. The faster the energy moves, the higher the frequency, and this can be measured. You can have more of the same frequency, or you can have different frequencies that will result all in different reactions on the same atom.
Here I draw a picture for you of an atom. There is the nucleus in the middle. Then you've got your electrons moving around it. And as you can see, there's plenty of open space actually in each atom, although for you the concept is a solid basis. But if you really take a huge magnifying glass or microscope, you will see that there's plenty of space within the atom, and your thought waves can easily go through it. Let's see how different frequencies affect it. Here I got 2 atoms. The one have got a slow, long frequency of thought that's going through it, and the other one have got short, faster frequencies that's going through the atom, and you can see the reaction on it is vastly different.
The second thing that's of importance for this explanation that you must understand is that your mind is, which we normally think of as the brain, is only a fuse box. The thinking doesn't necessarily happen inside the mind. It's a fuse box that connects to the ultimate consciousness of God or intelligence out in space. So the fuse will only reach out and connect to whatever you are attracting out in space, which are all consisting of waves, and then you attract the wisdom that you require if you're searching or learning, or you can even passively attract things. That is why some people say, I just have bad luck, because they send out the type of waves that attract the bad luck, and bad things will happen to them. But if you just send out good energies, you will attract good things, even though passively. You don't have to be conscious of it. Talking about conscious, let me just explain to you at the hand of a child that falls off a balcony. When a child falls off a balcony, it's going to fall to the ground and probably be dead. Even though the child didn't understand the law, didn't take it into account, and were not even aware of it. But if an adult gets on the balcony because they want to commit suicide and they jump, exactly the same will happen, even though now they are conscious of it and aware of it and doing it deliberately. So the law will work whether you know it or not. So the best is to get to know it, and therefore we're going to go through the process of thinking in a graphic manner so that we all can understand it. Your mind for this argument will consist out of the conscious and the unconscious. We're not getting into the spiritual side of things here because it's not important now. There is things that must happen for the conscious to change into the unconscious.
The important things that you must remember for this teaching is, as we said, your information is coming from outside, whether that's passive or active. And then for it to go into the unconscious, you need repetition or emotion. That's why a child learns at school, works through repetition, and then next month they cannot remember it anymore because there was no emotion involved. To make it stick, you need to get emotion involved. Well, it should be in association with the information. Okay, here's our little man getting information into conscious mind, and then the emotion make it stick into the unconscious. Repetition will make it stick for short term, but not on long term. And then the whole world is manifested through vibrations. That is now the frequencies going through the atoms. That's how you create something new. On this slide, we will see what you choose for your life, the negative or positive attitude or frequency. When you have got a negative frequency or attitude, it will result in doubt in your conscious mind or in understanding, which you will recognize as worry or knowledgeable. Then, when you add emotion to it, you will get fear or faith. And that will manifest into your life with anxiousness or health. Now, the anxiousness and health will not just be like in a medical state or in financial state. That's in all areas of your life. Now, the interesting thing is here, you can maybe have doubt about the love in your life, but total understanding of your worth. So you can in some areas of your life have negative frequencies and attitudes and other positive. That is why it's very important to catch your thoughts, because your mouth runs over from what the heart is full. So if your thoughts are negative or positive, it will manifest in other areas of your life as well. So if you're very negative, say for instance about your financial life, it will go wider into other areas of your life as well. But the same is true for your positive life. If you're very positive about life, then the one negative little thing in your life can be overridden by the positiveness in the other one. But when you catch yourself with any negative thoughts or words, you must immediately counteract it with positive words. From there, the use of affirmations. Because as I've mentioned in previous videos and emails, If you've got one negative, you must repeat something 16 times to cancel it out, because your unconscious mind don't know the difference between a negative and a positive. They take it as fact. They don't know the difference between lie and fact. So everything is fact for the unconscious mind, especially if there's emotion added to it. It's going to stick so much more, and you have to use your affirmations to correct it. But the easiest way is just, if you catch yourself on a negative thing, immediately correct it with a positive.
Now, as I said a little bit earlier, emotions is the key here that's often missing. We go through the whole goal setting list and we do everything step by step and find it doesn't work because there's no emotion, or the emotion in the goal setting isn't correct. Now, what do I mean with that? What I mean with that is, if I am worried about feeding my children tonight and I don't know where the next bread is going to come from, I cannot have emotions that say I'm going to be a millionaire, because it's conflicting with the emotion that I have of where am I going to get the next meal for my children. So if you've got a situation like that, you should rather make your focus on something else, like I'm going to be the best rep at work, or say you are in sales, or I'm going to be the best artist that there is. So it's not a direct association with money, but it could be by implication. But your focus won't be on the money. Your focus will be on providing the best service or the best work that you can deliver. So, and then once you've accomplished that, you will see your association with the money would have improved to more positive state as well, and you most likely will have bread on your table, so you don't need to worry about it anymore.
On this slide, I've put a graphic example of where I believe the biggest mistake is with goal setting. I think with this emotion section here, we can all agree that most people do have emotion. Whether it's a healthy or unhealthy emotion is a different story. It could be greed, it could be a desire for power, it could be for recognition, or it can be a healthy emotion to care for your loved ones, etc., etc. But the emotion here will make it stick. Now, I believe where the biggest problem is in this area, where you get crossovers. Let's use, for instance, a mother that needs to put food on the table for her child, but she's not earning enough and she's not getting maintenance. So she's really concerned about getting more money. And now she thinks she must have a goal to earn $5,000 a month, for instance. This will never ever work because she is too worried about money. It will result in fear, and it will manifest in anxiousness. And that will not manifest in money. Doesn't matter how many goals and affirmations say, the emotion is too heavy. So what should you do in a case like this? What you should do is you should focus on something positive in your life. Say you're a good baker, or you're good in sport, or you are good at your work. Focus in that area and make your goal to be the best that you can be there. This may indirectly result in more income at the end of the day, but that's not your focus, and that's a byproduct, and you should not even then, in this case, think about it. You only focus on being good at that thing. And what will happen is your life will change from a very negative one to a more positive thing, because you will think and focus on the thing where you are working at. And you will see, to your amazement, because this negative frequency here is lowering, your worry will get less, you will be less fearful about it, and your manifestation will be changing, and you will find it easier to look after your kids financially. But now, once you've accomplished this positive new goal that you've set, you will see your whole state of mind have changed if you caught every negative thought and cancelled it out with your positive affirmations. And then now that you've cancelled this worry, the intense worrying things about it, and you are more positive, you can maybe now set the goal of earning $5,000 a month, or whatever financial goal you had then. Now it can work, but at first, you must first get a complete different goal, work on that, get your mindset positive, and now you go back to the things that you thought you need, but it may be even sorted out by now. And that is also another good example of why we need to reset our goals from time to time, because things in our life change, and it will especially change if your attitude or your frequency here change. Just as a final explanation, I've put 3 pictures here for you. It's all about water. Water in its natural state is a running liquid, but if you add a lot of energy to it, it will manifest in steam. And the qualities of that is vastly different from the one in its natural state. Like, for instance, it will burn you, while here you could drown in it, but you cannot drown in steam. Okay, and then if you withdraw the energy from the water, it will become a solid, like ice cubes or ice cream. And the very same happened to your thoughts. You've got a neutral state for a thought, and if you add energy to it, it will go one way, and if you add energy in a different way, it will go in a different way. We can suggest here that, say, the steam is a negative way, or and the ice is a positive way, but it can be the other way around depending on your situation. If you want to make ice, then it's the positive energy that you applied and you're getting your result that you wish. But if you do the opposite, you get a vastly different manifestation. I mean, this is a gas, this is a solid, and this is a liquid. Your frequency or attitude will determine your outcome.
In short, it's up to you. On which frequency do you operate? What will be the results in your life? Leave the things that worry you and that's negative in your life. Focus on something positive. Build on that. And once you've managed to accomplish that, you can reset your goals and go back to the things that you desired, but you were too worried about to accomplish. If you do it in this order, you will see before you know it, you've done the things that you were so very worried and cannot even believe that you ever worried about it. I hope this helped you, and I wish you good fortune. Like my page, my video please, and subscribe if you like it. Please leave me some comments in the notes below, especially if you think it helped you in any way. Thank you. Ciao for now. Watch out for my next video. Bye.